guys, welcome back. Hope everybody's keeping well and doing plenty of tan and maybe getting your Christmas shopping sorted out. Anyway, I'm going to tell you a wee fly called the tiger prawn. This isn't an Atlantic salmon pattern, but it would work for other species as well, I would think. Now the hook in the vise is a partridge papier double in size 10 in black nickel. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is Uni Thread 80 in red. Now I'm just going to come in a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. Just leave yourself a bit of room up here just to work with. Just going to run on a bit of thread until I'm sort of halfway down the shank of the hook. The tag in the rib is going to be an ultra wire in hot yellow. If you don't have hot yellow, use gold or oval gold, gold tinsel, something like that. Now I'm just going to catch it in on top. Then just take my thread turns down. Now you just want to, at this point you want to be either in line or just slightly past the point of the hooks. It's not an exact science, but it's just to keep your proportions correct. Now I'm just going to take 4 or 5 turns of the wire to create my tag, and on my last turn bring it up and in between the two hooks. At this point just keep your thread in underneath. This seems like a bit of a waste of wire, but it's not. This will make your fly a lot stronger. Now just fold your wire back at this point for your rib and just work your thread back down until you're tied up against your hot yellow wire tag. Now the first part of the tail, you're just looking some nice clean yellow bucktail. So if we pinch off here, just ready to go. And we want this roughly to be twice the length of the hook over the back. So just come around with a pinching loop and a couple of turns. And lift the waist ends and just take those away in a bit of a tapered cut. Into that we're going to add in a couple of strands of gold microflash. Now we're just going to double it back to give us 4 strands. If you're tying it on bigger patterns, I think it's maybe suggested that you use more flash, but that's up to you. Now, that's our flashing. On top of that, I'm going to put in a tippet that has been dyed a hot orange. Just offer it up to the hook. Around with the turn now, it moves the way it has in me. Just bring it back to position it in. That's us happy with that. It's on the top of the tail there. Then come in and just trim that away. A bit of a tapered cut as well. And then just work your thread forward. Now you don't need to be too fussy here with the body. Just lash everything down to the hook. The body's going to be dubbed, so we can get away with some lumps and bumps at this point. Now just going to work my thread back down. At this point I just come in and grab the tail. I just want to be square on at the back. Now the dubbing for the body, you're just looking some gold lite brite. So just take a pinch of that, slice it on, just come around with the turn, that just gets it anchored for you, and then you can stretch it out as you go. Now, I don't like to put the gold lite brite on too tight because you want to brush some of this out into the dressing. We'll just bring up our rib. You're looking 4 turns, the hot yellow wire up the body. Follow that around with your thread. Keep your thread tight. Just bend and break away your wire. Now, come in with your Velcro. Just bring some of that out into the dressing. Just look it back. Now at this point, the wing, just looking some. This is the barred yellow and hot orange rabbit strips. Now I get this from Glod and Buzzer. Now a wee bit off here, just to get us started. Now you want this here roughly in length to be right about a centimetre and a half on a size 10. Anywhere between 2 centimetres and a centimetre and a half. And you want to taper it, so you want to cut a pencil point in the front and in the back to give you that teardrop shape when this starts to take a wee swim through the water. Then see the wee tip at the back, you want that sort of way in line, just slightly over. It's okay if you're over on the black bar, the second black bar on your tippet. Now just pinch it on top of the hook, come around with a pinch and loop, and just take a couple of tight turns now at this point. Right, just to see how we're sitting, just have a wee check. Excuse me, sorry, apologies. I've got a bit of a cold. Now, just for a wee bit of added security, just come in, we like a super glue on the thread, and we'll just take this down over the head of the zonker strip and back up. Now, you can see how mobile that's going to be in the water. That's going to swim really well for us. The front hackle, we're just looking at an orange lace wing. This is a hen hackle. Now it's dead easy to tie this wee pattern. You'll knock these up in no time once you get going. And they're good on tubes, like I said. Good for a tube fly, this. Just fold the tip back. Just work a thread back up. Now I'm just putting a foundation of thread down at the front for my hackle. Come in with my scissors, and then just fold the hackle fibres back. The turns of hackle, it's up to you. This being a hen hackle, 2 turns is probably going to be more than enough. At that point there, I'll follow this around with my thread, a couple of tight turns in, then you can come in and trim away the tip of the hackle. At this point, just come in and just fold everything back that might want to go forward of the eye, and just tighten up. And you're just building your head up here at the same time. Now, you can finish the wee fly at that. I have 2 jungle cock eyes here that I'm going to add in. So just get our 2 jungle cock eyes. That's them there. Just get them lined up the best I can. Just offer them up to the hook and to the length that you want. Just pinch them on the hook. Just going to come around with a couple of turns, just to see how we're sitting. Just always checking the length to see where you're at. Now, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to take another turn to tighten up. I'm going to fold the stems of the jungle cock back, and then I'm going to build up my head. Wee fibres there, so just come in and fold them back. Don't want to be catching any wee fibres there. Just build up your head. Right, keeping your thread tight, you should be able to break away the stems of the jungle cock. It's always best to fold them back. That one didn't want to break. It just means that they can't pull out. They really just literally have to break off for you. Now, keeping your thread tight, just come straight in with your whip finishing tool and throw in a whip finish. Throw away your tan thread. Excuse me, beg your pardon. Many apologies. A terrible cough. It's so cold, just it come on to me this morning. We'll have a wee check now. I want to brighten the head up, so I'm going to come in with some Glod floss number 3, and all we're going to do is just basically tie up over the top of her head, trim away the waist tag of Glod, and then just come in and put in a whip finish. Put your Glod floss tight, come in, trim away your Glod floss, straight in with your super glue. That's the first coat on the head. Just work this right the whole way right round. Just be careful not to touch any of your dressing. You'll ruin your work. Now let that dry, and then once that dries, guys, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish onto that. So that's the other ones there. Look. Oh, that's them there. So that's number 4. But I want to show you some of the other colours. These are some of the other colours. So that's more of an intense orange in the barred yellow. As you can see there, this is the white and purple. So I'll make a nice fly, nice intruder zonker with those. This is the barred chartreuse and red tips. This one here, I like this colour. I love this. This is the barred white and sky blue zonkers. Barred white, hot orange. Nice colour there too with those. Barred white and fluorescent yellow. So there you go, guys. Check out Blood and Buzzer. Andrew's a really good lad, top lad. So he is. And I always like to try and promote local Northern Irish companies. So look, tie a few of those up. I'm going to mess about with the other zonker strips, so you might see another video on one of these. Let me know how you get on, and until the next time, please stay safe, look after each other, and enjoy your time. See you on the next one, guys.